I practice too. So kind of.
Okay, you too. Okay, all right.
Yeah, the video is the easy part.
Right. All right, so you guys can show us the ropes.
Yeah, I think they already let us let us record each one of us, because
should we all record just in case?
Just in case, yes. That's why they recommend it. Just in case.
All right, I'm recording now.
There's one person missing in our group. Do you guys reach to him?
All right.
Let's see.
I can telegram him too.
I went ahead and sent him a link to the video, to the room.
Yeah, last time he saw Telegram was 2 hours ago, so I don't know.
Okay, maybe we get started without him, and if he drops in, that's cool. If not,
sure,
he's lost.
Yeah.
How we had a timer that we're supposed to be watching, right? That's counting us down.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. We have 36.
We've got 36 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. Who wants to start?
Before we start, I just want to make it clear that I don't necessarily intending to be elected. So yeah, but then I have some idea for any person who want to be elected. So it'd be very nice if the elected people will take that into consideration.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Since you said that, I'm also not interested in being elected, but I don't have an idea, but I'm here to help choose like the best person. So I guess
it's funny because that is my intention too. So I do have ideas, so like Han and Leo was sharing, but I was not thinking about committing for that. Still, it's interesting.
Yeah, me too.
Oh wow.
So yeah, I've got my plate pretty full with Pomelo these days, but I'm really interested in participating in this process, and like Han said, maybe giving some ideas or to whoever who does want to move forward. But yeah, it looks like we're all kind of in the same position here.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. Maybe Jack has other plans.
Yeah, if not, I'm pretty sure that some of us would take the leadership and represent the group in the next
right.
Yeah, definitely.
We can take the ideas up to the next level.
Correct.
And see if there's anyone there to move them forward. So do we want to talk about, Han? It sounds like you have some ideas you want to share to the potential.
Should we do a round of introductions?
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think it is better. So Leo, can you begin? Yeah, why don't you begin, because you raised it?
Sure, yeah, I can raise it, of course. So my name is Leo. I'm EOS since January 2018. I've created Monster EOS, which was the first decentralized application, like most used. It was like a game whenever mainnet was launched. Right after that, I was hired to Block One, so I joined Block One. I worked there until December last year. It's my best interest for the EOS community. I always root for EOS. I'm super excited about Dan working in the Eden. I really love the tool, and I think we have like such a potential here. And yeah, that's my background. I'm a software engineer, and I love EOS, and yeah, that's all I have. Let me popcorn to someone. So I choose Dave. Go Dave.
Okay, thank you. You didn't answer where you from?
Oh, sorry. I'm from Brazil, but I'm in Florida right now. I live in
Oh,
Florida.
Florida.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
So I'm Dave. Usually I'm known through in Telegram like Cortes, the Cortes. So I mostly do a lot of happy memes, and I started from Puerto Rico. So actually I'm Puerto Rico, um, and I'm still here. So I'm an electrical engineer by. So I would say that I'm in the closet from the crypto space because I'm a director of operation in a Fortune 500 company. So
Mhm.
I love the ideas of a new future, right? Um, and all the things that we are designing as a community, and that's what attract me specifically to EOS, right? At the beginning, and the technology, and trying to compare them. So I work with in the past with Vigor. So I was a custodian of this recently. So work with in the launch with all the like John Boy, with Eve, work with us, with a lot of. I met Han. That's that pleasure. Yeah, we were having some conversations yesterday. So yeah, I'm passionate about it. Uh, do I pick somebody? I pick Han
Yeah.
then. Sorry, Daniel.
That's all right. Han, you've been chosen.
Was it me? I thought it was you, Daniel. Sorry. It's kind of all very funny because I'm in Puerto Rico right now. I knowing the course is in Puerto Rico. We just ended up meeting yesterday, so it was like, oh, are we in the same room again? So
Yeah,
it's
that's
kind of
fun.
I find it kind of funny. Yeah, and it's such a great conversation meeting with Dave's yesterday. I felt so much. We are so much. Wow, there's so many people, talents who are coming with their wholeheartedness. So I'm very happy to see that. And to introduce myself a little bit, I joined the community as a blog producer based in South Korea called the Note One. And then I'm trying to bring Korean exchanges participate in the voting. So right now I'm working very hard under the ground, behind the scene, lots of uh, groundwork that I'm doing these days to bring the votes into the BP landscape. So the amount is quite big, is 135 million. So you can change everything, but then we don't want to do that in a we don't want to do that in a very centralized manner, and then we want to do that depending on how a Korean community actually thinks about the BP voting. So it's going to be quite it's not going to be not very much like with the existing voting system at the time. Anyway, I'm on this trip to the States for the first time in post-COVID, and I ended up in Puerto Rico right now. I'm staying at Brock's private guest house, and I think I'm gonna meet him quite soon. And then I think I'm going to meet Dan, and hopefully I go to Canada to have some good conversation with like Eve. And then I think there's so much momentum in the community because foundation is out there, Eden is here. It just never happened in the whole history of EOS. So I think really do think that something is about to change a lot now. So I'm really happy to be part of all this. Yeah. So
Awesome.
Daniel.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, a lot of what you said there resonates with me. I'm super proud of this community, the passion I see in all the people from, I joined from the start. So Daniel Keys, CEO of EOS Nation, we're one of the Genesis block producers. And I got involved in this community just as a fan of the potential of EOS to make the world a better place. Started hosting meetups in Toronto, and people started showing up. And that's how I met the rest of the EOS Nation team through that, just getting involved, getting out there. And and yeah, from the very beginning, something that really stood out to me was kind of, as you said, Han, like people coming with their full hearts, really believing in the mission that we're trying to accomplish here. And still, we're still here 3 years later, even through all the challenges. And now there's some light. I'm really excited to see what we can do now with some funding behind us. Like I said at the beginning, I'm not intending to run to move far in the election. I've got a lot of work on my plate with Pomelo, which is another mechanism that we're hopefully will be able to get some funding going to all the hardworking teams in the EOS ecosystem. So for today, I'm going to just be looking at who can help move forward that idea of hey, we got good people here willing to do work with good intentions. We just need to empower them with tools and the funding to be able to get some good work done. Han, make sure if you do come to Canada, look me up.
Where are you?
I'm in Toronto.
Toronto.
I'm a few hours away from where Eve is in Ottawa.
Yeah. How far is it from Ottawa and Toronto?
Maybe like a 3 to 4 hour drive, depending how fast you drive.
Okay.
It's not too bad.
Toronto.
Toronto's worth checking out.
I've never been to Canada. And actually, my itinerary, I think it'll be around between 12 and 15. So I'll be open, like meeting anyone nearby.
All right.
I'm really
all right.
like, yeah.
And Leo, Monster EOS, I'm pretty sure that's the first blockchain game I ever played.
Oh, really?
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. It was inspired a lot by CryptoKitties, but you could actually battle. You could use your monster.
Yeah.
At some point.
Yeah, I remember it. I remember it well. It's cool.
Hey, Daniel, are you the president of EOS Nation now?
Yeah, I'm the CEO of EOS Nation.
Awesome.
I'm leading the EOS Nation team. Yeah.
Pretty cool, man. And thank you for your job there.
Thank you. No, I'm really lucky to have the team I have, the support of the community. It's like I'm just kind of one man in a really big, big team that's doing a lot of great things.
You said something about Pomelo. What's Pomelo?
So Pomelo is a crowdfunding platform, very much based on Gitcoin. I don't know if you're familiar with Gitcoin. It's a platform where using quadratic funding, we have a pool of funds provided by, in this case, the EOS Foundation has indicated they're going to be providing funds for this. So it has block one. The rounds happen over the course of a quarter. So three months. The community gets the opportunity to basically vote on the projects they believe deserve the matching pool by sending donations to them. And the grants who receive the most donations from the most unique people get the largest percentage of the matching pool. So it's a way to sort of democratically distribute a pool of public funds to fund public goods. And it's, rather than, Eden being I look at it as like a community consensus building. Pomelo is more of a platform, a tool that members of Eden and the rest of the community can use to vote on how can we distribute these funds. So one of the things I'm looking for is I think this is a super powerful tool. We're going to need help. So one of our goals with Pomelo is to make it as accessible to as much of the community as possible. So from day one, when we launch, we're making sure, for example, the Chinese community and the English speaking community both have equal access, and the Korean, so we have it translated in Korean, Chinese, and English. And we're making sure that all the technology that we're using is friendly one of the challenges that we've noticed in the EOS space with having kind of these distinct community, Chinese and having different technology. We've got that great firewall of China that, we're building tools in Pomelo using social logins and things like that to try to help prove your uniqueness. But we need to make sure we have an equal opportunity for people in China to prove their uniqueness as the people in outside of the great firewall of China. And we need to make sure that we have people to be able to answer questions and provide support in all different languages. So I'm really, one of the things I've noticed is, community support initiatives is something that's interesting to me. How can we get people in their native languages helping other people in their native languages and giving those people the tools and resources to be able to answer the questions? So that's, one of the things we're going to need help with Pomelo is providing community support in many different languages.
I think Pomelo is going to be very crucial. I mean, it's going to play a lot of crucial role in the community. Yeah, you guys are doing such an important job.
Appreciate that. Yeah, I think so too.
Do you have an insight of timing?
So
waiting for it.
Yeah, so we've got, actually, you guys can join already our private beta. Actually, in the Eden members channel, I shared there's an invite link to we have a beta period going on. We're calling our playground. We got a Telegram channel open. So I posted I think just yesterday or the day before, I posted a link in the Eden members channel. You can join our Telegram channel, try it out, play around with it. And it's a good tool, even as for people participating in the Eden elections, it's a tool to perhaps take your platform further. Leverage your budget from Eden and use it in Pomelo to take it even further. So I imagine that's perhaps going to be the strategy for some people.
So the Pomelo is based in EOS token, right? It's in the EOS blockchain.
That's right. It's on the EOS mainnet. Donations are all made with the EOS token.
Got it.
And anyone can participate. So you don't have to be an Eden member to participate, but we're testing out our beta primarily with Eden members and a few others.
Okay. I have a question for everybody. It's given that trying to yesterday I was talking to Han that there's from my experience trying to choose the priority of what we want to achieve. I see, like I was telling him, that I see it like in the face of a person, the concept of each one of the three things that I think we should do. It's one person will be like the vision, like Dan, that it's the vehicle of Eden as a vehicle of gaining consensus. And that is something very important. That is one, let's say, the one phase of what we need to do. The second phase will be somebody like, I don't know, even Daniel, that is pretty known in the community and can share and be a leader, right? Of people. So it's kind of a building a leader. And then we have the third person, that it's the coder. We need to build things as a community to have utility, right? I see it in the face of John Boyd, that it's always building things, even though he necessarily is not good at explaining them. But those three phases is something that we actually need, the three of them, especially in this iteration of the election. I'm not sure what's the priority. I'm not sure, right? What would be the best person or concept to be elected? It's something that I don't know what your opinion is.
It's hard to say. I guess we're gonna have to see what are the options that rise and emerge. But I agree that there are different, I guess, skill sets that are important to be successful. So which of those three that you mentioned are the ones that are the strongest that, come up through this process?
This phase of the
Right.
Right.
But yeah, what kind of the three things that you ties to like an empowered product team. You need, a designer, a technologist, and a product person who understands the business and the people and what's the value we're bringing, collaborating with each other.
Mm-hmm.
They all bring very different perspectives. I think we're going to need all of them.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna need all of them, and we definitely need builders, but I don't think necessarily builders want to be in the position of managing budgets and managing projects.
Right.
Thinking by myself, I think like there are like various profiles of developers and builders. I'm the one that I like to code things that I don't like to bother about, like politics, processes, products. So myself, I would not like to be elected or like I would not enjoy a position where I'm managing budgets or managing these ideas. So I don't know. I think like not necessarily like coders needs to be elected. They just need to be allocated in great teams that are like led by great leaders. So
right. And Dan mentioned that right off at the beginning that like, hey, we shouldn't be necessarily trying to give money to teams who are building things because those teams are busy building things. We should be looking for the people who have capacity and the willingness and who are trustworthy and competent. They've demonstrated some competence in their judgment. And what is the best way of picking those people? I don't know.
I mean, that's why I really love this experiment, right? Because we are like with this fractal election, like, I don't know, it's going to be a good experiment to see what's going to be the output from that.
I thought, seeing at Dave, I thought I was going to, Dave is here. I had such a good conversation yesterday. I just gonna vote him up, and then he doesn't want to be. So yeah. And
okay, so
I thought the same for you.
So
I still do.
So yeah, actually, what I think it is, what kind of person who I think needs to be, go all the high up in the rank. I mean, a person who knows what's happening and how like funds has to be distributed, and who has all the good keeping the good relationship. I think it is a very important qualities of the leader. And then would be, I mean, what I really like about this election is in the end it's not the final Satoshi cannot just spend the money without like a consent of the two existing vice Satoshi, right? I think it is correct. So, and then the Satoshi in the final round is elected is random, out of randomness. So I think a team of three, like with two vice presidents and Satoshis. I mean, if there's Dan in it, and then if there's someone who has all the touches in the community in it, and then someone who can support that from as a engineer or whatever, I think it would be very good to see as a first election result.
Yeah.
So I think we agree, like trust is an important part of this, right? We need to pick someone who's trustworthy. Yes. And the best, I think the reputation is I think our best measure of trust. There are people in this room who've been around for a long time, who are likely to, as these rounds continue, be grouped into rooms with people who they've interacted with in the past and might have a good sense of their reputation. Given the fact that none of us really want to move far in this round, I think that the best person to pick to move forward would be the person who is the most, who is most likely to be able to judge the reputation of people in the next rounds based on, the experience they've had interacting with this community over the years.
It's also worth noting that I think whoever wins like this round, whoever moves forward, is also going to receive budget for level 1.
Yes.
So what should that person do? Like, should that person like just get that budget and pass for the next delegate, because that's also an option, or just use that budget to, I don't know, fun ideas?
I think if this room doesn't yield any leader, I think the money that is allocated for the leader from this room will be transferred to other, like,
yeah, that's also another
all the other rooms.
Yeah.
But I would prefer, like, since I know your backgrounds, I would trust you guys to have that, as opposed to just like not electing anyone in this room, unless no one has capacity, no one really don't want to move forward. Hen, you said not necessarily. Do you have intention of moving forward?
I think we can convince him.
Yeah. Han right now is my top choice.
I'm just asking because when you introduced yourself, you said you don't have necessarily. You didn't say like I cannot, like I don't want to.
Dave, what about you, Dave?
Yeah, I think that Daniel hit the spot, because knowing people and judging them and through a global community, it's important. I think those I agree that there's something that we need, and you are an excellent example of a world traveler that are connecting
literally
the
right now.
communities.
You're out on the ground, boots on the ground,
Correct.
meeting face to face with people in the community,
connecting them, and it's an example too of the values that the community wants to develop, right? Because mostly up to, I don't know, a couple of months ago, EOS was pretty anarchic, right? A couple of people tried to build consensus, but we need something to bring together everybody. And I saw, just meeting yesterday with you give me confidence that is something passionate about what you have. And I say it's an example of the values that we need.
Hey, if we weren't passionate about EOS, there's no way we'd still be here after 3 years. Like, we've been through some shit.
Yeah, exactly.
But I agree. Han, I think, like I said, he's my top pick. I've seen him visibly out to, interacting with the community from day one. And he's still doing it right now. So I think he's in a really good position to judge.
Why not you then?
I'm not out traveling, meeting. I've been kind of in my Pomelo bubble the last little, probably 6 months or so.
I don't think I can do it this time. I mean, there's a little complication that I have, so I don't really think I can do that. But Dave, no, not at all. Leo, not at all.
I don't have capacity to, unfortunately.
Dave, is you then?
Yeah, I'm passionate about building it. It's not my plan doing so. I don't know.
All we're asking for this, whoever we elect in this room, to represent us at the next room, to pick the person who does have capacity. We all agree none of us have capacity and want to move far in this. So all we're electing is the person who is best to choose whatever the random selection of the next group is.
Yeah.
Who is the best to move forward from that group. And maybe we're donating the proceeds to that person as well.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe we can get a consensus on that. Like, yeah.
Definitely.
I really want you to be want you to move on if it's possible, if that's you can really consider. And I would really appreciate that, like, you know, you spread the stories and what Korean community, support the Korean community participating in the vote, that kind of story. And also, I don't know, I mean, all the things that we talked about yesterday, I think you will be a good supporter yourself, and then for the community yourself, and then you can even support other, you know, in the next round.
I'll support Dave.
Me too.
Me too.
Okay, so I need.
Dave, I think we need Dave's vote too to reach consensus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let me think about it, because it's really, I connected and was happy because I didn't have like the pressure. And again, I understand that what you want to do, and I'm a template guy, because that's what I do in my day job, right? Building standardized processes. It's something that I have with vigor. I don't know if that it will be a good like bylaws, understanding what's going to be the day-to-day rules. It's something that I can contribute. Well, standardizing the process for the next, right? I'm passionate about organizing things, right? It's something that it's valuable in addition to having the good judgment of people. I don't know like a lot of people like you do, because you are more into the coding and in the part business. I'm just a community guy that wants to saw this and is fascinated by the technology, right? I don't know.
I support you.
I believe in you.
Me too.
If you have any like I would love to share what I have, all the resources that I have, or knowledges that I have. Like, you know, I would like to really support you. Yeah. And then you already have all the like basic, you know, trust from the community already, not only me, like among many. And then I saw you how genuinely you are really willing to contribute and help. So you have my total trust. And then like for me, you know, I just cannot, I mean, it is not appropriate for me to advance from any rounds from here at the moment. So I think
I understand.
Yeah. Okay, let's do it. I'm thinking about it.
All right. All right. Let's
build. Let's build.
I'm submitting my vote.
Submitting my vote.
All right. My vote is in.
To Dave Cortes.
Yeah, 3 votes received. We have consensus reached.
Do we need, because we're missing, I think we need 4, right? Because I think we still need to get.
Yeah, there's 4.
Not. I guess not. We got the star on the 3. Okay.
Yeah, we got 4 consensus.
That's it.
It's amazing.
Congrats, Dave.
Nice.
Okay. Any advice of like I mentioned the priorities. I mentioned I know that you mentioned the 3 things. Let's see. I'm trying to think, you know, because there's a short-term goals, medium and long-term, and I know that from the efforts that like Pomelo, the foundation, each one of them will have like a piece of the puzzle, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what will be the priority of the work at short term. It's something that I really will want to understand from your point of view so I can represent it better, right?
Right.
Right.
In my perspective, there's lots of different priorities and lots of different teams addressing it from all different fronts. We have no idea who's going to end up in the next, who you're going to be randomly paired with. So I would just use your judgment based on, again, I think we agree those 3 skills you identified are all important. So use your best judgment to see in the room that you end up in next, who can best strongly represent one or the combination of those skills. And again, what you're really looking for is someone you can trust to make good decisions, not necessarily someone who has all of the answers right now.
Good.
Now, that being said, Dave, so do you have time to spend like in community or like NEOS like in your daily basis, or not at all?
Yeah. Yes, I do. Actually.
So if we trust you, like you have like this whole knowledge, you're like a director of a Fortune 100 company, like you could be in the chief delegates round. Like,
yeah,
doesn't necessarily mean that in the next round you need to choose another person. Like I trust you. Like if you have time to commit, like now you're organizing our house in EOS. Like imagine having a person like you as our chief delegates. Like if you have time to spend in community, you can use your judgment to choose like the best ideas around and to help funding the best ideas. Like we need someone like you. So it's something for you to consider if you want to. I would say that.
Yeah, I agree. If you find yourself coming around to the idea of being more involved than what you initially thought you would be, you would have my support to continue to the delegate round.
Okay.
I think vote is all casted.
Yeah.
And the first round is ended. Congratulations, Dave. I support you.
Thank you.
Congratulations and good luck.
Yeah. I will try my best. So
yeah, thank you very much, Dave.
The way you put it, Leo, it gives me more confidence because from the standpoint of organizing, doing project management, all that stuff,
it's super important and something that we're lacking severely.
Exactly.
We're going off in all kinds of directions. We're not at all. We need someone to herd the cats together. Point us in the same direction.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for your confidence. It's now let's see.
Awesome. All right, well, good luck on the next round, and I guess we can wrap this up.
Yeah, good luck and nice to meet you all.
Nice meeting you, everybody. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.